Welcome to the Brew4U show sponsored by the Beer Loons. Dude, did you pick up some great items from the Beer Loons? Right? You did remember, right? Better go to Beer Loons right now, beerloons.com, to pick up any last minute beer items or any time of the year. Hey everyone, I am your host, Mike Campbell, and welcome to another episode of Brew4U. Today we're going to be trying out the Capital Eisphyre, Capital Brewing Company, and their Eisphyre is considered a Weizen Doppelbock. Who wants their beer reviewed on air? Call 512-827-0505, extension 5957 today, if you're interested in having your home brews judged by myself. We're going to start doing that in the upcoming weeks, so feel free to contact us, and we'll get in touch with you on setting it all up. We'd be excited to have you submit some beers to us to get honest opinions and that type of thing. So let's give you a little 411 on Capital Brewing Eisphyre. Capital's out of Middleton, Wisconsin. This is considered a Weizen Doppelbock. It is 9.8% alcohol by volume. Ideally, you serve it around 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and the glass should be either a snifter, flute, or oversized wine glass. So let's go ahead and get into this beer a little bit. First off, it pours into the glass with a nice amber color. The head on the beer is beige, and it is kind of medium thick with a medium fade time. In the aroma, there's a fair amount going on. You first pick up the malt sweetness. It smells very similar to a bock like you would expect. There's a richness, kind of a yeasty note to the beer as well. Hops are mostly kind of a woody background with a little earthiness mixed in as well. So let's give this a taste. So you do pick up on kind of the richness and breadiness right away. There's a kind of a medium sweetness to the beer as well from the malt that you pick up. Hops are very laid back and light. Very similar to maybe a little bit heavier bodied Oktoberfest in a lot of ways, where it's very smooth, easy drinking. The malt is the predominant flavor. And kind of like a toffee-like flavor as well for those. So you get that little bit of sweetness, kind of, I wouldn't say really caramel flavor. It's a little bit more bitter than that, but along that line, I guess, for those playing along at home. Body-wise is pretty much a medium body. Excuse me. And this is definitely on the malty side. You know, in the aftertaste, you do pick up just a hint of the hops. It's not very strong. Again, kind of woody earthiness. Very down-to-earth type of beer. So nothing that is overwhelming as far as blowing your head off with the hops, things like that. So because the hops do give themselves a little bit of a presence, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Nothing to worry about. So definitely on the lower end of the hop scale, but enough to let you know that they're there. Overall rating on this beer, I'm going to give it a 76 out of 100, which is on the lower end of our excellence scale. I think it's a very nice beer. I think it's a nice change of pace. It's a very clear beer, so if you're thinking, when you hear the term Weizen, some might be thinking cloudy or wheat. Don't really pick up much on that, and it's definitely a clear beer. Certainly could be filtered, so I won't read too much into that, but definitely a nice bock beer with a little bit heavier body, a little bit extra oomph. The nice thing is you also don't notice the alcohol that much. It's not warm, it's not overpowering, it's not hot, anything like that. So the malt kind of covers that up fairly well, but keeps the beer in a balanced style, which I like. I don't like when you create high alcohol beers that are very sweet, but also very alcohol orientated, and there's really no hop balance. So very nice job by the folks at the Capital Brewing Company. And that's going to do it for this episode of Brew4U. And of course, don't forget to check out our homebrew podcast show called Brewing Today. And until next time, this is Mike Campbell, and cheers.